Hello everyone, welcome back. This is our deep stretch practice. I've got my strap and bolster close by today. Find a little bit of space to move and let's get started. So let's begin today laying down. You can have your strap off to the side if you want to lay on your pillow. You can decide what you'd like to do with your legs. And maybe today you will bring your arms above your head with your palms facing up. Your shoulders might like this, but you can bring your arms somewhere else if you prefer. Letting your eyes close. Can we settle right in? Notice your breath. Maybe allow your body to be still. Or maybe you gotta move around a little bit first. If you did bring your arms above your head, you might slide them back to your side. And then start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Eventually, bringing your knees together, your feet to your mat. And taking your pillow out if you are laying on one. Move it to the side. We'll be going into a twist from here. So if you do want your pillow, you could bring it to the left side of you. But take a moment to lay flat on your back first. Maybe a gentle sway of the knees side to side. And then for our twist today, we could do both knees falling to the left side, or maybe you'll just bring the right knee towards your chest and send your left leg out long. And then bring your right knee across and over to the left side, rotating through the hips. Maybe the pillow will go underneath your leg, reaching the arms out and weighing down the shoulders. Let's use an inhale to come up or back out of the twist. Maybe bending your knees, planting your feet. A moment to pause. Maybe sway the knees. And then just do the same thing with your legs. Maybe the left knee comes to the chest and the right leg goes out long. Bringing your legs over towards the right side or just the left one. Maybe your pillow is there waiting for your leg. Adjust your shoulders as needed. Rotate the hips. And find your breath. Let's use an inhale to come back. Flat on your back, bend the knees. Just check in with how you are feeling. How did that twist feel for you today? We'll be making our way up. Maybe to seated first. We're gonna go into hero's pose. Now, if you have something to sit on, you might want it behind you. We'll be coming onto our knees, and you might start by sitting on the heels. You might be opening the feet up wide to maybe sit between the heels or on top of something. Knees together, feet out wide. If your knees don't love this position, you could come into any quad stretch that you are familiar with. If you are good here, you can stay sitting tall, maybe leaning back. Maybe you're able to sit between the heels. And if you've got a pillow that can be behind you, you can start to lean back and maybe lay down. You could also lay flat on your back, perhaps, or stay lifted. Now, our heels are just on the outside of our hips. So same kind of thing if you want to do one leg at a time. If you want to do your quad stretch on your side, that is cool too. I'll let you know when to switch sides. But if you're in full hero, you're doing both legs with me. You get to stay just a little longer. So relax. Adjust. And then find some stillness as you focus on your breath. If you are doing one side at a time, you can start to switch. If you're good to stay where you are, stay. Just another breath or two. And then we can start to move. Take your time if you are in full hero. It's gonna feel good to bring some length into our legs, I'm sure. So if you want to be in tabletop and extend one leg out long at a time, if you want to make your way to seated with your legs out long in front, you can do that too. Just take a moment. Just notice how your legs feel, your knees, your ankles, your hips, your quads. And then meet me in a seated position with your legs out long in front of you. If you've got a strap to use, you might want it for your forward folds. You can have your knees bent. You might even slide your pillow under your knees. Pointing your toes up perhaps. You don't have to use a strap here, but you can if you want. Keeping the knees a little soft. a nice long spine, and maybe you stay here. Maybe you start to fold forwards. Remember, your knees can stay bent. Remember, you can continue to point the toes up. Or if the knees are okay with you relaxing through your ankles a little bit, you can do that too. Whatever feels good on your body. Check in with the low back as well. Try to lift your upper body off of your low back. Let the next inhale you take, lift your upper body. If you're folding forwards, if you've got a strap, move it to the side. You can bend your knees, hug them, take a sway. And then we're going to come onto our tummies. Lay on your belly, and we'll get into our shoulders. So once you are on your tummy, you might just give your hips a little bit of a sway side to side. Our left arm will start to reach out to the side in line with the shoulder. Spread your fingers, maybe walk the fingertips away from you. Make that arm as long as you can. Rest your left cheek, and then maybe starting to turn over onto the left side. Any amount. You might take your right leg and bend it and try to plant your foot just to rotate through the hips more. You might take your right hand to the low back or the floor behind you. And then just using an inhale to slowly come back over and onto your tummy. Bringing your left arm in. You might stack your palms. Rest your forehead. Maybe taking a sway of the hips. When your right arm is ready to go out to the side, walk those fingertips away from you a little bit. Create as much length through the right arm as you can. Starting to roll onto the right side if you're going to be going there. Maybe bending the left knee and trying to plant that foot just to rotate the hips more. Just an option. If your left hand wants to come behind you, it can. And then using an inhale to roll back over onto your belly. Bringing your arms in again. Stacking the palms. Maybe a sway of the hips. You could stay here. Or you could push back and into child's pose. And it might feel good to bring your arms to your sides with your palms facing up. Maybe your forehead needs to rest on a pillow or your mat. When you are feeling good, you might start to transition to a seated position. If you are on your tummy still, you might simply just roll over and onto your back. We'll be making our way into Shavasana. You might take a hug of your knees first. You might grab your pillow if you've been placing it under your knees. But find a comfortable place. Your final relaxation. Your Shavasana. Maybe you'll stay longer. Maybe you'll start to move. I will leave you here to decide what comes next for you. And I will see you tomorrow evening. Namaste.